and Jake Rudock go back a little bit from your days at Aquinas, correct? When you knew Jake back in high school, did he have that same level of professionalism? Did he carry himself the way he does now, or is that something that evolved? And how did that rub off on you?
Well, I think with all of us, we're evolving people. That's just kind of our human nature. But, that's something. Jake's always been kind of a quiet, driven, hardworking guy, and that's just who he is. That's evolved. I'm sure he'll tell you that his game's evolved, the way he works has evolved and gotten better. As you go through, you learn what works for you and what doesn't. So, but yeah, for the most part, he's an even-keeled guy. He's not somebody that's going to change a whole lot.
How did that impact you, as a quarterback, in prepreration, even just as a member of a community, kind of how you carry yourself?
That spoke a lot to me. I think the biggest takeaway from just my time with Jake, living with him, was just seeing the work that he puts in every night. How much it means to him, how he goes the extra mile to put in the extra work, whether it's film or studying the game plan. And taking care of your body, not going out after games, not setting yourself back for the following week. That's something that spoke a lot to me.
Was he like that at Aquinas as well?
I didn't spend enough time with him off the field to know at Aquinas, but definitely here, yeah.
What is one thing in particular, though, that you took from being around Jake and kind of him rubbing off on you to prepare for this season? Whether it was, like you said, taking care of your body or studying or being professional.
Biggest thing about Jake, and I guess partly goes with being professional, but we came in and he was in a competition a lot like this one, last year, and the thing about Jake is he just didn't really say a word, didn't try to force himself into the competition or to the top of the competition. He just let it happen naturally. So that's something that I really been carrying with me this year.
Is there more of a sense of urgency this year as opposed to last year?
No, and I say that because he doesn't change his approach in anything he does. If he's making an omelet in the morning, he's probably going to attack that with the same amount of focus and stuff that he is talking to his team. So it's a new year, and last year's like in the past, and that was that team, and this is this team. But I think he's probably going to approach it the same way. We're going to go in the submarine and worry about what's going on internally, and we'll figure it out from there. But no, I don't think there's more pressure or anything. Or at least we don't see it like that. I'm sure there's speculation that we're supposed to win this and win that, but we're supposed to line up against Hawaii and do the best we can to beat them. That's all we know.
In terms of being in the second year of an offense, I was talking to Dave, and he had kind of similar thoughts too. But as a quarterback, is that maybe a little bit more comforting than for another position player?
Well, yeah, having to know the entire playbook. Guys have to know a lot in this offense. I'm not saying that they don't need to know lots of positions, but when you're the quarterback, you need to know what all 11 guys are doing on the field at the same time. So going into year two of the same playbook and stuff, I didn't have to focus this off season as much on an X knife. What does the backside have in this play? Am I going to freak out when I read that on my wristband and not remember it? Because I do remember it. This off season was more about let's get the timing down, the repetition down, because we've got the same playbook that we're carrying over from last year's spring ball and this year. So it was helpful, very helpful.
With the development of the receivers and them still trying to come to their own, you're pretty much going to be the main target this year. Just talk about that a little bit as far as your expectations.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not going to say I'll be the main target or I am the main target. I'm just going to do my job, and if the balls come, I'll catch them. We got plenty of guys that are capable though of getting this job done. That's a beautiful thing that we got about our team. J.U. and Amar are, in my opinion, they're some of the best receivers in the country. They got receivers behind them, Drake Harris, Mo Ways, Grant Perry, some of these young freshmen that I think could play at a lot of other schools. They would start at a lot of other schools. We got tight ends that are ready to step in and take on a role. We got an experienced O-line, an experienced run game that, when you put that all in combination, it'll be tough for defenses to stop.
Talk about the development of J.U. and Amar, and what are your expectations as far as them this year?
The expectations are sky high for them. They're great players. They're two different types of receivers in terms of, I think J.U.'s probably one of the fastest guys in the Big Ten, which a lot of people don't know. And Amar is just a really strong receiver that, he makes a lot of strong catches. He knows how to use his body and strength to his advantage. So I'm excited to see what they can do this fall.